Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitske. We begin with a shooting at a local grocery store that leaves one seriously injured. KCSO says the shooting happened at the Food Max on Niles Street, west of Fairfax Road. When deputies arrived, they found a man with gunshot wounds to the stomach. He was taken to the hospital with what police describe as serious to major injuries. KCSO has not released any suspect information at this time. And a woman wanted for several months for a fatal stabbing in Bakersfield has been arrested. 20-year-old Jennifer Maldonado was booked into jail yesterday for first-degree murder. Maldonado has been wanted since last May for the killing of 26-year-old Angelina Betts. According to BPD, Betts was stabbed after an altercation on East 9th Street. At the time, neighbors told 17 News it sounded like a large fight. As Betts was being driven to a hospital, the vehicle she was in crashed at the intersection of Niles Street and Mount Vernon Avenue. But police believe it was the stab wound that killed her. Maldonado was arrested in the 2000 block of South Chester Avenue. She's due in court tomorrow. And it's been exactly 31 days since 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin West were reported missing in California City. Chief of Police John Walker says his department's 13 officers are following every tip they receive. The last people who reportedly saw the two boys were their adoptive parents, Trezell and Jacqueline West. But Chief Walker says it's not likely the boys just walked out of the house and went missing on their own. He says the police are still in contact with the adoptive parents, who the chief said have been cooperative throughout the investigation. He also confirmed that they are no longer in their home and are now staying in Bakersfield. So far, they found nothing significant. However, he says this case is far from getting cold.
We've questioned multiple people. We've searched multiple places. And we're following up on almost every clue or tip that we get. So at this point, we have nothing that actually shows us or proves to us what happened to the boys or where they're at.
For the full interview with Chief Walker, go to our website, kget.com. Well, President Biden begins his first full day of work in the Oval Office today. Much of his agenda focused on immediately reversing some of the controversial actions of his predecessor, Donald Trump. Jay Gray is in Washington with a look at the new administration's early agenda.
To accomplish your purposes on earth.
President Biden's first full day in office begins with a call for help from a higher power.
Around your heavenly throne.
The immediate focus of his administration is clear.
The issue that he wakes up every day focused on is getting the pandemic under control. The issue he goes to bed every night focused on is getting the pandemic under control.
Today, the president expected to announce a coronavirus national strategy that includes expanding emergency relief and use of the Defense Production Act to increase production of vaccines, as well as expanding testing and treatment. He's already signed executive orders urging all Americans to wear masks for 100 days and imposing a mask mandate on all federal property. He's rejoined the World Health Organization. His top advisor on the pandemic, Dr. Anthony Fauci, taking part in a WHO virtual session this afternoon.
We work for the people.
Virtually swearing in hundreds of appointees.
We got a lot of work to do.
The president has started work on other campaign promises, halting construction of the border wall and introducing new sweeping immigration legislation. He's rejoined the Paris Accord and temporarily blocked oil and gas exploration in the Arctic Wildlife Refuge. A flurry of actions, reversing some of his predecessor's key initiatives, making it clear his administration plans a very different path forward. A path that, remember, includes a narrow but controlling majority in both the House and Senate. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
And House leadership held their first briefings of the Biden administration, and the perspectives could not be more different. McCarthy began by congratulating President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, but he went on to criticize the administration for what he says putting illegal immigrants over Americans.
Are we helping individuals, especially our most at-risk population, gain access to a vaccine? That is why I was disappointed to see within hours of assuming office, the new administration was more interested in helping illegal immigrants than helping our own citizens.
And coming up tonight on 17 News at 5, we'll have more on what Congressman McCarthy had to say. All right, breaking news from the Kern County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Donnie Youngblood says one of their own has succumbed to COVID-19. He released video moments ago.
Good morning. I'm Sheriff Donnie Youngblood. This is Thursday morning, January 21st. I'm saddened to inform you that we've lost a member of our law enforcement family. Maria Franco lost her battle with the coronavirus last night. Maria was, you may not have known her name, but if you ever came into the sheriff's office, you certainly saw her face as she was the gatekeeper and the one that either let you in with a smile or didn't let you in with a smile. Maria had a significant impact on our organization and a significant impact on life in general. Maria, you'll be missed and we love you. Thank you.
As the sheriff mentioned, Maria Franco worked at the county sheriff's office and died due to complications from COVID-19. We're working to learn more about her, and we'll have more information tonight on 17 News at 5. And now to the latest on the coronavirus pandemic here in Kern County. Public health officials reported 11 new deaths today. 9 of the new deaths reported were from December, indicating a lag in deaths being reported. With today's new numbers, we've learned 108 people died from coronavirus last month, making it the third deadliest month in this pandemic, and health officials are still counting the bodies. Our death toll now stands at 583 since the beginning of the pandemic. Public health also reported 474 new cases. While that seems low, our average is still over 1,000 people testing positive every day. Currently, more than 39,000 people are recovering at home with the virus. More than 87,000 people have been infected with the virus since March of last year. And yesterday, the United States saw its highest number of COVID-19 deaths in a single day. According to data from NBC News, there were 4,131 COVID-related deaths reported on Wednesday, setting a new single-day record. The previous record was set on January 7th when 4,110 people were reported to have died from the coronavirus. Overall, the United States has seen more than 24 million cases of COVID-19 and more than 400,000 deaths since tracking began in 2020. And state health officials now say it is safe to resume vaccinating people with the Moderna COVID vaccine that was believed to be connected to severe allergic reactions. Now, on Monday, the state health department recommended providers delay their use of doses from that batch after fewer than 10 people in San Diego had a reaction. Those doses were distributed to 12 local providers, including Memorial, Mercy, and Adventist Health hospitals. Yesterday evening, state health officials announced it is safe to resume using the batch. More than 300,000 doses have been distributed to counties, cities, and hospitals around the state. More than 6,000 doses made their way to Kern County alone. And a reminder, Kern Public Health has a vaccine schedule that shows you when you are eligible to receive the shot, plus an interactive map of providers offering the vaccine. If you are eligible, you can find the nearest site to you and call them to make an appointment. And you have heard us tell you before that Houchin Community Blood Bank is in need of convalescent plasma, and the need has never been greater. They're seeing a shortage. This plasma is used to help patients create antibodies to fight the virus, hopefully shortening their stay in the hospital. Houchin says when the pandemic first started, they were seeing lots of donors, but that momentum has slowed immensely. All this month, they're offering a financial incentive for those who donate convalescent plasma, platelets, and plasma. Donating plasma is easier than you think. Tune in tonight for 17 News at 5 as I roll up my sleeve to show you the process of donating convalescent plasma. In education news, after nearly 70 years, South High rebels will be a thing of the past. Now, the school is moving away from the Confederate symbolism. The decision comes after about a year of discussion.
I am excited. I get emotional about it because I am proud of South High. I am proud of the progress that's been made there. And I'm proud of the fact that now the committee, the community, and that the students will be able to develop a mascot, a name that will promote the unity, the respect, the pride, the educational achievement, all those kinds of things that they value today.
As of now, a committee is working to choose a name. They are also open to any suggestions. They have yet to decide if they will also keep the colors. Well, last night's Powerball drawing made someone about $731 million richer. The Multi-State Lottery Association said a single ticket matched all 6 numbers in last night's drawing. A dozen tickets matched all 5 white balls, but not the red Powerball. Those tickets are worth a cool $1 million. The $731 million winning ticket was sold in Maryland, according to officials. This is the 4th largest Powerball jackpot in history. The lucky ticket holder will have to make the choice to take the $731 million and 30 payments over 29 years, or take the lump sum of over $546 million before taxes. But if you bought a Powerball lottery ticket, you'll still want to take a second look. Powerball officials say more than 4 million people won prizes ranging from $4 to $2 million. And due to the challenges of COVID-19, Mayor Karen Go has released a video message in place of the annual prayer breakfast, a Bakersfield tradition.
While the format of our gathering has changed this year, we can rejoice in knowing that our great God never changes. Today, we unite with our community to pray the promise of Jesus for all the residents of our city as we journey through this season of pandemic that threatens our health and healthcare systems, when our small businesses and our households face uncertain financial times, where our disconnection from each other too often becomes hateful and violent, and where family life and our children's education face constant challenges. We need a shalom, a peace that this world cannot give.
You can see the mayor's full prayer breakfast video on our website, KGET.com. The Prayer Breakfast Committee is asking the community to pray together at this time. You can also view the message at BakersfieldPrayerBreakfast.com.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to KGET.com.